All right, guys, welcome back to yet another episode of the Let's Assess podcast. Me and AJ are sitting here in the garage like always, and we're going to talk about AJ today. So a lot of you love snowmobiling, love the outdoors, and the dream for most of us is to make it a living so we can do it all the time and not have to have a stupid day job like we all have to have. And AJ is in the process of doing just that. So we're going to kind of break down his new business here. He's getting it off the ground and running and flying colors. Honestly, he's doing really well, and we're gonna just jump right into that and get her going.
Look, I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft.
All right, guys, welcome back. So today is about AJ. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on with him, so we're gonna jump right in. So talk about the business, the name, where you got the name from, and kind of what you guys do, and what the future is. Well, not the future yet. We'll talk about that in a second.
Sounds good. Well, thanks. And yeah, that kind of gives me goosebumps hearing that it's finally coming to fruition here. First off, before we dive into that, if you're liking what you're hearing, like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Especially I am getting a new page up and going called Powderbound Adventures. That's kind of a name spoiler there, but please go follow me over there and I'll keep you up to date with everything business wise here. So yeah, business is called Powderbound Adventures. We are Colorado's premier backcountry adventure. We are based out of Craig, Colorado, and we have access to over 700,000 acres permitted for in the National Forest. Our primary and first permit was in the White River National Forest, and we are currently working on and working with another permit holder for another permit in the Route National Forest. And that gives us a huge acreage to ride. It gives us two different mountain ranges. So if the storms hang north or hang south, we can go either way. Being in Craig, we're central and we can jump whatever way we want to.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So with that, yeah, it's kind of always been a dream of mine to... First, I was doing snowcross, as some of you guys know that have been listening for a little while. I raced snowcross for 17 years. Once I realized that I was never going to make a living at that and I had to get a real job, it was always, okay, what can I do to afford this horrible habit called snowmobiling and be on a snowmobile more? And that is when I became a guide. That was awesome. Some other deciding factors pushed me out of where I was at there. And I said, well, if you don't like the way someone else is doing it, I'm going to change it and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. And that is what has sprung me into Powderbound Adventures. I have a partner. He's not here right now. He had to run back home. His name is Marcus Lang, and we both work together when we're guiding and, the behind the scenes stuff and all that. And we both actually guided for the same place, and we just decided, it was time for a change, and we wanted to change the way that we were guiding and what we were offering to the clients. And hopefully with Powderbound Adventures, we provide a full service, guided trip for you guys.
Yeah. So it's in the process. You've had a group already come through, which sounded like it went well. Kind of tell the people where you're at this year, if they want to book with you this year, and then kind of go on to like what you want it to be in the future and kind of what your vision is for it in the future.
Okay. Yeah. So we had our first group out. It was fantastic. It was 3 guys. They were here for 3 days. We were able to explore, one of our new permits, showed them some really awesome stuff. We learned some awesome stuff about it. And, it's different. I grew up riding these places, and it's different when you are riding it for yourself for pleasure and when you are guiding it. There's just a whole different dynamic with it. So we're in the process of learning that guiding dynamic and how to challenge our clients in riding those areas. So that's been fun. Like that's been a fun way to learn that. What was one of your questions there?
So, like what is the operation now and then where you're going to go with it?
Okay. So the operation right now,
if they came to Craig, what would?
Yeah. So if you come to Craig, we have a couple different options, and those options are you can bring your own snowmobiles, and we offer a pricing for you just to guide you around, show you the area, keep you out of avalanche terrain, or hopefully keep us out of avalanche terrain. There's a lot of it around here right now. So keep you safe for one and make sure you get back to the trailer safe. Or if you just really want a guide to pull on your ski, every trip has 2 guides to it. We both are professional backcountry guides. We have all the certifications. We are very seasoned in the backcountry, and we have the experience to be a professional backcountry guide. So there's 2 of us per group. That doesn't matter if you bring your own sleds or you get sleds from us. So with that being said, our pricing is set to bring people in that have their own snowmobiles and come in groups. We want you guys to come out here and be able to afford to have a guide and show you a great time. So our pricing, which is online at powderboundadventures.com or on our social medias at powderboundadventures, and all the pricing is there. We're still working on our website, getting it fully up and going. We'll have our booking agency set on the 30th of February. So that's super exciting for me to have all that on one simple click touch. It'll be right there. With that pricing though, for if you bring your own sleds, if you're in a group of 4 or more and for multiple days, we drop that price down for you guys. That way it's affordable for you to come here. That's one of our huge selling points in our location is we're not a ski resort town. So we don't have the 5-star dining. We don't have the 5-star, Sheraton hotel, but we have an affordable hotel and affordable food. So if you're looking for an affordable place to get a world-class backcountry experience, that's what we're offering right now. And say you're bringing a buddy with that doesn't have a snowmobile, or you want to bring a couple buddies that don't have snowmobiles, or even you want to fly out. We have snowmobiles. We have 2 2024 9Rs in the fleet. Both of them are fresh. One of them has 100 miles. One of them has 40 miles on it. So we have 2 9Rs. We have an 850 155, and then we have an Arctic Cat Alpha 165 as well. So and a couple Ski-Doo turbos if upon request. Obviously we don't just turn turbos out to everybody. So that's, we'd have to talk over the phone before those are not going to be bookable per se.
Yeah.
And those
Shout
are
out to Marcus.
yeah,
No,
those are personal sleds. So it's not like it's not going to be advertised, but I mean, honestly, having 9Rs in the fleet is pretty awesome because not a lot of places have that as an option.
Super cool.
And we have true 2 9Rs for you to come and ride. So say you get a quick weekend, you want to fly out here, or a 2-day week trip or something like that. You want to fly into Hayden, grab a rental car, come to Craig. We'll set you up the next morning. We got gear. We have all climb gear, helmets, boots, avalanche backpacks, all the pro, everything you need safety wise we have. And then also, we have climb mono suits and helmets, boots. We would recommend you bring gloves and goggles with, just because that's kind of like a personal item. But we have some of that stuff too if you're truly needing it. We just don't have a large abundant amount of those things. So, but we've got all the gear and sleds you can fly in, drive in, whatever, bring someone with you. Our pricing for that is very, very competitive with all the local places, just because when you're adding a snowmobile in, it kind of increases our expense, fuel, oil, all that stuff. But it's a no hassle for you. You show up, you ride, don't worry about a thing. All you do is ride.
What would you say skill level wise you need to be at to come out here?
So that's one of our things is we're open to any skill level right now. Of course, we'd love to be taking experts out every day because, that would be funner riding for us. But that is not what our business will be built on. We will take anybody and any skill level out. And our goal is to teach you. That's something that we both enjoy, is teaching people how to be safe in the backcountry and how to be efficient in the backcountry. So if those things interest you, like we'll teach you how to read the terrain, teach you like a little bit of avalanche safety, things to look out for. We're not certified, but we will show you what we know to keep you out of situations. And then one of the biggest things with being a guide is teaching you how to get unstuck. A lot of people, your beginners, intermediate levels, they are scared in the backcountry because maybe they're coming from the Midwest where they get stuck in a cornfield or a ditch. They can always find a way to get home or get out, right?
Grab the tractor and pull them out.
Yeah. Go flag down Farmer John and get yanked out, whatever. Yeah. But when you're 10 miles from the truck, you haven't seen a soul all day, it gets real. So not only will we just get you unstuck, but we will show you how to get unstuck. So in the future, you have those tools in your tool belt and teach you the ways to get you out from being stuck, very efficiently and not wear yourself out and kill yourself with getting stuck once. Say you're an intermediate to high level rider, we will teach you technique, whether it's really drilling drills and side hilling, or you want to learn how to do hopovers, re-entries, bow ties, whatever whatever your next level is, we feel we can definitely meet that and teach you how to do that and make you a better rider. So that's kind of like in our terrain, we have such a diversity in our terrain around here that I have no problem taking. I mean, I feel like we could take someone that's never rode a snowmobile before and we start off on a groomed trail, or we could take Chris Brand or Caleb. I'm going to mess his name up. Kasturki out and, have a good time in our terrain with those guys as well. So it's a huge variety that we can offer. And we're very confident that we can accommodate about anybody, any level.
Yeah, I think that's something that can, set you apart as of now, even as most of these places, they have a schedule, like we're going to do this drill, this drill, this drill, this drill. And then it doesn't really matter what you want to do. That's what we're doing. And I think with you guys, if you guys don't know Marcus and AJ, they're two very good riders in all aspects. They have the snowcross background. They're great jumpers. They're great technically. They're great in the steep and deep trees. They're great in everything. They're very good, and they're very smart. They're a lot smarter than me. And
I wouldn't say that.
Well, yeah. I tend to have the snowmobile on my head a lot more than you guys do. But anyway, about it's something that you guys could come out, and maybe your goal is to learn a hop over or a bow tie. They can set it up where that is what you're going to be doing, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you guys want to just putt trail and see the beautiful backcountry of Colorado and kind of get your feet wet with snowmobiling, they can do that too. And I think that's what's unique about it is you're new enough where you're willing to do that.
Yeah.
Because the schedule of these schools, these clinics,
yeah.
There's a reason for that. It's because it's easier. They figured out that this is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's not like snowmobiling is not a one size fits all. We've talked about how many different styles there are in snowmobiling now. A lot of guys want to start focusing on one style. And the great thing about it is with most of the guides around here, they're either specialized in one style of riding, or they probably aren't good enough to be giving you legit advice on how to become an intermediate to an expert rider. Maybe like if you're a beginner to an intermediate, they could. But these guys could take you, and I have no doubt that they'd be able to get you considerably better in 3 days, whatever you wanted to get better at.
Yep. Well, and that's something that we're priding ourselves on right now. We don't want to become a huge company. We don't want to become the cookie cutter, sign up for a clinic on how to do a hop over or anything like that. Like, we want to tailor your trip to your needs. And everybody's a lot more comfortable when they're around their friends or their setting, right? So, if you're one dude wanting to come out, most likely we'll still be able to cater to you as well. But, if you bring your whole crew out, your group, even if it's 2, 3, 4 of you guys, we're going to cater that trip to you guys. And we want to build like a lifelong friendship with you and be able to, continue riding with you and pushing your development on a snowmobile for years to come. But with that being said, it's 2 of us. We go on every single trip together. So therefore, we're not overbooking. We are very limited to the amount of people we take out, and in return, that gives you a lot more value. There's 2 of us on hands at all times, and you're not getting some, local janky tail guide that's just coming to pull skis, woke up hammered that morning at 6 o'clock, ready to go to work. We both are there to show you guys and teach you guys and help you along the way. And, that starts from the day one. The day you book with us is the day we start planning your trip. And that's, what our customers this year are experiencing is they've already made their booking, and we're already tailoring their trip specifically for them to get here and what they're expecting out of that trip. So we won't waste any time on the snow. We already know what you're expecting or what you're wanting. We can obviously change on the fly on the snow if it's something you're not liking or we got to revert back to something else. But we have a very good idea going into it. We don't meet first time the morning going out and go, well, what's your skill level? You know, that's something that we're priding ourselves on, is making it a full experience, not just, pay your money and go on a trip. That's not what we want it to be at all.
Yeah. And when I was starting snowmobiling, for those of you who know, I didn't really have anyone around me that knew what they were doing at all. And so it would have been very beneficial to me or for me to come to something like Powderbound Adventures, where even if it's 3 days, they can teach you a lot in 3 days, and you can get, your feet wet in the backcountry, and you can, kind of understand how this whole thing works instead of just, even if you're a local guy, I think if you're beginning in the sport, it'd be very beneficial to you for, one, your own safety, and two, your confidence, and three, getting you better on a snowmobile when it comes to skills and being able to get around. So I think that you guys will have success in that, because I don't think there's a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a niche spot in the market for us right now, and we're really trying to hit home with that and make it, obviously we're trying to make a career out of this, so we need to make it successful, and that's, we're ready to put everything into it and make it work. We've invested heavily to make it happen, and now we got to execute. So our goal is to, obviously we have a vision of where we want to take this, and we'd love to end up from a ride from location with a huge shop with a bunch of sleds and an awesome place to stay. And, you just show up and ride from the location. But right now, what we can offer, I think, is a very, very good experience for the price. And, that's got to be our number one selling point, where our location is you can come here affordably and stay for more days than you could, I'm just going to say it, staying in Steamboat or one of these ski resort towns, Aspen, something like that, even Vail, to ride Vail Pass, any of the places in Colorado. It's so expensive to stay at the hotels, and then the restaurants are super expensive. You're not getting that full 5-star experience, but you're going to get a very good experience. It's not like our hotels are garbage. It's not like our food is garbage. It's just, we're not that ski resort feel, but we definitely provide the value in, your hotel room is $400 a night. Well, our hotel room's $100 a night. So you can now come for 4 nights instead of 1 night for that price.
Yeah. And don't get them wrong. The backcountry here is 5-star.
Oh yeah.
The riding is some of the best in the world, especially people come from all over to ride these areas. They really do. Like, go look at a parking lot anywhere around here, and there's a lot of out-of-staters now.
I went to Kremling to get some work done on my sled on Tuesday, and I'll bet there was probably 60 to 100 trailers on top of rabbit ears still.
The other day it was a Wednesday when I went through. Every lot was so full. They were all out-of-state tags. Yep. And people were parking on the road, and there's deputies just sitting there writing tickets.
Jeez. Well, and I tell you guys, you come book with us. Last Tuesday, I went riding on our permit, and there was not a truck or trailer in the parking lot we rode from.
And it's just as good as Rabbit Ears Pass and everything like that.
I think it's better than Rabbit Ears.
Yeah.
I personally, I will put my name on the line. You can go ride Rabbit Ears, and you can come ride with us, and I will make damn sure that we ride better terrain and better snow than you'll ever see on Rabbit Ears.
Yeah, and fresh snow.
Yeah. You won't be riding tracked out meadows. You won't ride tracked out trees. You might not. The 3 guys that we just finished with, pretty much for 3 days, never touched another track. And if we did touch a track, we touched one of our tracks, and we just we're connecting the dots to get back to the trail essentially. But we rode 3 different locations and was in fresh snow every single day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And, our vision is to grow this into something pretty incredible. And we just hope that you guys will come experience it with us and, see a different part of Colorado and be open to maybe a little bit more different of an experience. We're not we're not in this to make $1 million. We're in this to provide a great experience for you guys and get a value, let you guys get a value out of your money for what you're coming to do.
Yep.
So I think that's pretty much where I have it. I thank you guys for listening, and hopefully get to see you out here on the snow with us.
Yeah. Go to powderboundadventures.com, right?
Yep, powderboundadventures.com. And we're on Facebook and Instagram at Powderbound Adventures. You can search that, and it'll bring up our socials, and then links in the bio for the website. And like I said, as of January 30th, I will have the booking live on the website, and you'll be able to book those sleds and or just the trip, the guided trip. I guess one thing with that is we do provide a lunch with our trip as well.
Sweet.
So, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see you next week.
See you next episode, baby. Let's assess.